trying to like copy. They see someone doing well, and then the meta kind of follows down the line.
It's because you got your crew behind you. Like they're all like, "Come on, like look what this guy's doing. We could do this as well."
That's what regions are all passing information to one another, maybe trying to counter-strat other regions. We know of the rivalry.
It's like
of course.
Eurovision. Everyone's gangs up against England because we're so talented, and I don't know why we get nil points all the time.
Do you want to answer, or is this a rhetorical question?
This is a rhetorical.
We had Guy Sebastian there this year, actually. That was.
Wait, what?
We had an Australian at Eurovision.
Did we?
Yeah.
I thought we had.
He's still alive?
Yeah, he's still kicking.
I think didn't we have like Bonnie Tyler for England? Surprised she was alive still.
Yeah, well.
Shocker.
I'm surprised anyone cares about Eurovision.
The matchup I'm interested in today is the Germany. The German-Poland matchup is going to be interesting. I reckon, and this is how we're seeing the spread of information occur, because both these teams really want to counter-strat one another. Like Germany's passing information, so is Poland, but the hands are up, and the round is done. I don't know. My money's kind of on Zonder. I think he's played this one really well. The French do seem...
He knows he's done well. Look at that face. He's confident. Not sure if he's swearing or happy.
Probably both.
A little bit of both.
British.
It's kind of hard to be confident when you're like, I have no idea what anyone else did during this.
True.
Like, if you're in the same environment, then you'd be like, oh, yeah, I understand what's going on. And then you can actually mess with your opponents by, like, knocking the other goat out.
In the head, yeah. That would be quite impressive.
Yeah.
I like seeing that.
If you actually kill an enemy goat, you get, like, you take all of his points.
Yep. I'm pretty... I think we found a new game mode for Goat Simulator.
Yeah, possibly.
We're all about expanding the areas of esports.
We've got to drive the growth of the game as well. And I think getting a good format is a great way to start.
Now, I will host a tournament.
Will you?
On this.
Is this a promise?
It's not a promise.
it's definitely not a promise.
It's a thought.
It's a thought. Okay.
Which may not go beyond a thought.
Well, let's hope you can make their dreams become realities, because they depend on people like you to support their scene, the Goat Simulator competitive scene.
I'm not as great as NVIDIA. Like, I'm not going to give them like an awesome gaming rig or laptop. Like, I will give them love.
Well, it's great that you brought that up, actually, because what everyone is playing for is some amazing NVIDIA gear and
Eternal
PCs.
Glory.
And Eternal Glory.
And Eternal Glory.
But not for themselves. Not for themselves, obviously. They'll be what they win here, they can give away to their followers. And that's why you guys at home are being encouraged to get behind your team.
Well, they just keep it for themselves and ignore you guys.
They
possibility.
They can't do that. Shh. It's against the rules.
Shh. They can give me...
And they're not dicks.
So that's three rounds of Goat Simulator down.
Yes.
3 rounds of Goat Simulator down. Let's bring it back in. Who are you feeling? Who are you feeling?
I'm glad we've got someone here to keep us on topic.
I can't. My band spectrum is kind of short. There's only so long I can go for here.
What your bedroom's a little bit short?
My banter spectrum is a little bit short.
Oh, you said my band in the bedroom is a little bit short.
I just had
it's the only thing. It's the only thing that is, to be honest.
No, you can go for a long time.
There's this thing, diction.
Diction?
Yeah.
Yeah. My good diction. How's your diction?
Above par.
Checked it lately?
Don't have to, your mum does every single time. But yes, the Goat Simulator round I think has been wrapped up.
2 mum jokes.
But I'm not too sure who actually came out on top of that one. Who impressed you out of these guys so far?
So we actually saw a lot of fluctuation from these teams. Initially, Team Nordic were looking good.
Yeah.
Then Italy in round 2.
They stepped up.
And then this time, I definitely thought the British might actually have won one. But we've got to tally these up over 3 rounds, so everyone from each team has to play. So we'll be able to probably tell us who is winning. We'll have a bit of a leaderboard when we come back after the break a little bit later.
I'm pretty sure Zoe was actually manually counting the scores herself as well. She's very much into Goat Simulator.
She's dedicated. She's there.
She is. And speaking of Zoe, let's head over there.
Thank you so much. I once more have 2 of the players joining me here for a quick interview. And before I ask about the game, I quickly want you to introduce you to the audience as we did with the players before. Maybe starting with you, ProxyFox.
My name is Amalia, or also called ProxyFox. I'm 18 years old and I'm from Team Nordic, representing Norway.
And what are you normally doing in your free time? Where do the people know you from?
I stream League of Legends and lots of other games, but my best game is definitely League of Legends.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have that here, but we got Dota. How are you feeling about Dota?
I'm really hyped for Dota, really, because MOBA is definitely my greatest genre. So, yeah, looking forward to that.
All right. And our French representative, maybe introduce yourself as well.
I'm Thomas, a.k.a. Link. I'm from the French team. I came here with my friend Terracid and Taek. And we just played Goat Simulator, and it was a lot of fun, and
all right.
We're going on.
Are you guys playing a lot together? Like, are you already having like a proper team synergy going on? Because I know that 2 of you guys are actually streaming a lot together.
Yeah.
So how often have you played any of those games?
We played a lot of CSGO, but really, that's really it. And yeah, I play a lot with Terracid. We are a duo, and less with Tech, but we know him. And yeah, I'm really used to play with Terracid.
All right. How about you and your team? How's the team synergy? How well do you know each other? Have you ever played before?
Well, I never played with them before until now, until we got to know that we were on the same team. But this last week we have been playing a lot, and especially me and Randall have been playing a lot of Dota, getting that team synergy there, so we at least have one strong point.
So they came prepared, it seems, a whole week of almost boot camping. Did you guys prepare as well, especially for the event, or did you just wing it how the English guys said before?
We did a practice stream on Thursday, I think, during 2-3 hours. It was yes, it was a good thing, but we played Dota for I think 5 minutes in our whole life, so we are really bad at Dota.
And you know what? I think that's great, because that's even more fun to watch.
It's going to be really funny.
Yeah, okay, I can't wait for that. So,
me too.
Guys, thank you so much for taking the time for a quick chat with me. And of course, good luck to each of your teams for the next few games coming up, as we do have Counter-Strike as the next one. But before that, we're going to head into a quick commercial break.
We're here in Frankfurt, in none other than the Commerzbank Arena, a huge football stadium. This weekend is being taken over by none other than the Dota 2 faithful in the ESL 1 Frankfurt. Teams, arguably the best 8 Dota 2 teams in the world, have come down here to Frankfurt to play for $250,000 in prize money. Now, of course, for any gamer, playing the best game they can is what they want. NVIDIA is absolutely the powerhouse of choice. With its home in monitors like the BenQs that we're using here, G-Sync technology takes the player's game to the next level.
Well, it's the first time to see the G-Sync technology all over the event here at ESL 1, and I really feel like it improves the gaming experience a lot.
In combination with those graphics cards that we're standardized across, and really offers the best gaming experience. Showing it off here in the place where you have the most hardcore players experiencing it in the most excruciating environment, live, being watched by millions around the world. That's where G-Sync technology and NVIDIA graphics cards come into their own, because that beautiful combination makes for perfect visual abilities for them to be able to use.
Hello and welcome back to the NVIDIA GeForce GTX Challenge. I'm Zoe, we're back here on the desk. And we have the next few rounds of Counter-Strike coming up. And for that, we want to quickly show you the schedule so you are in the picture and know what's going to happen in just a bit, as we do have round 3 and round 4 coming up. Team Poland will be facing off against Team Germany, Italy against France, Spain is going up against the guys from UK. And then in round 4, we're going to have Poland going up against Italy, Spain versus France, and Team UK against the Nordic team. So a lot of action and a lot of chances to redeem the, well, I don't want to say failures we saw in round 1 and 2, but I still got to stick with it because for the lack of better words. And for all the action, we once more, of course, going to head over to our casters. So guys, take it away.
Thanks, Zoe, as ever. Being wonderful on the desk there, kind of talking through the schedule. And to be fair, you guys at home probably noted, this is going to be the big game. It's, it's your boys Tweede and the German side up against the Poles of Isaac and his boys. So this is actually a really good matchup. The map is going to be on Vertigo, which is a little different. But we need to highlight the rules once again, just to keep it clarified at home what is actually going on. So it's not necessarily 8 minutes on the CT side, really. It's more 8 rounds. So think of it that way. Keeps it very clear. They play to 8. But only T-side rounds account towards a score. So if you win a T-side round, that's a point, and you can build off the back of that. CT doesn't matter, you just got to deny them. But guys, this is going to be a very good game.
Absolutely. I mean, we're going to be seeing Tweede and Rek, to be fair, who has been quite strong in those last 2 games. Isaac has been big. The problem is that the Polish, Rock, he said it before in the interview, CSGO is not his game.
Yeah.
He generally doesn't feel super confident with it. About Koopson as well, we feel like he's definitely not at the level that Isaac is. So Isaac definitely a bit more of a solo carry effort, whereas the Germans definitely have 2 very solid CSGO players. Yeah,
they do. And Tweede didn't actually top frag in their previous game, but he was just a couple behind Rex. So these 2 are very, very competent. But this is it's a different map. It's not your normal game. It's not 5-on-5. It's not standard. These guys can pull something off here. And if Isaac can utilize his 2 other players on his team as probably cannon fodder, he could do well here.
That's one way to look at it.
It's the only way, Toby.
Let me add the
you gotta be nice.
Okay. No, but it's kind of nice when you just look at these games and you're like, okay, well, we're in a different scenario, like a different map. Like if they play through the missions, they probably had to play this at one point. So you would have learned a little bit about the positions of the map. And then it just comes down to out shooting. Like that is really what was winning it in the earlier games, and it's probably what's going to win it here. So having both Tweede as well as Rack, like go to town, boys.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting because I think Tweede is going to play a little different. He was playing very, super confident, the Zeus in hand. I reckon he won't break that out until the later game. Like, he'll secure at least maybe 5 rounds, whatever he feels comfortable enough with, until he starts being overconfident. I genuinely think he'll be almost too scared.
I definitely think Tweede is going to relish the opportunity to be going up against Isaac here. He's definitely going to want to beat him and do it in nice fashion. Because
I play a lot with Tweede at obscene hours for some reason. We're both online on serious matchmaking, sure. Like whenever we play against, at 4 a.m. there's only so many globals playing if we stack it out, and we'll always end up playing against kind of people we know. And Tweede goes full try hard. Like he'll pretend he's messing around for a couple of rounds, but you do something wrong, he will go mental at you instantly. He just snaps into keen mode. So I'd keep your eyes out for that.
I'm like how even in warm-up they're practicing. Like I'm assuming we are not live at the moment, considering they just both sort of started. But they're actually even practicing the ladder jump.
I reckon someone's going to fall off this map, though.
Well, up on 51st floor, there isn't any real barriers to prevent you from falling. It could happen if it gets to that point.
I do like this map, though.
What are we playing? Like Left 4 Dead?
Yeah, well.
Are we currently going up into No Mercy Hospital?
Oh dear.
And Tweede is trying to plan the little party out with Isaac. So they're trying to be the cool dudes, trying to be chill, this doesn't matter. Wait till the game starts and you'll see them both instantly focused, try hard face. It's going to be great. I don't know who's got the bigger fan base as well. Isaac has a whole country behind him. Tweede kind of abandoned Germany, went over to Sweden, basically became
But he's got all of CS behind him because he does all those highlight videos.
But so does Isaac, though. He casts all the majors in Polish. So he's got that kind of... He's got a little something, he's got a little back.
Tweede's got a big reach, though. Even the Poles know about Tweede.
And his reach.
Tweede was the first highlight videos I watched of CSGO.
It's true. That's very true. It's very true. Tweede is a talented young man. And they are jumping off the map now. They're having a great time. You see Tweede just falling.
All right, so obviously The way this map works, you can see it on the sort of mini-map there. It works around in that sort of, not really half circle. It is sort of across multiple levels. The map can be quite deceptive as well. If you look at the mini-map, but here we are. It's going to be Team Germany going up against Team Poland. Reki